Aside from all this hype in Hollywood, there is a very private and very personal side to three of these teen gems. And now, for the first time, the people who know them best provide some insight into who these babes in Toyland really are and what the secret is to their spellbinding success.
I'm a lucky guy.
He's always had that certain spark that no matter where you go, people are drawn to him.
And they first were drawn to him far, far from Hollywood, in Luke's home of Fredericktown, Ohio, especially the women. Lusty Luke Perry was voted the biggest flirt in high school and managed, even back then, to kill the ladies with little more than a look.
Luke was a flirt. He flirted with the girls, cocking his eyebrow up at him, giving him that look, you know. Luke knew that the girls liked him, and so he flirted with them.
And that's not all he flirted with. Luke's best friend at the time, Eric Lanise, says he also flirted with disaster and remembers the first and last time in high school Cool Hand Luke attempted acting.
Luke was in the play South Pacific. He had a run-in with the director and got kicked out of the play before the play started because during a publicity shot he extended a finger that he shouldn't have.
Luke, as a person, had that twinkle in his eye. He just had that mischievous grin, and he had that little twinkle in the eye that you could tell he was up to something.
And Luke's 7th grade teacher thought Luke would measure up to something. When the tot expressed interest in acting, the teacher offered to manage Luke's career.
He said, sure, you can be my agent. Of course, little did either of us know at the time Luke was going to be the success he is today. And at the time, thinking back, I wish I would have had him sign at the dotted line.
The other day when you were talking to me about Sandy, you didn't tell me you were going to make a move in that direction.
But Luke's character, the lusty loner Dylan McKay, is not always alone. He now has a girlfriend, beautiful Brenda Walsh, or shall we say, sexy Shannon Doherty. Over the hills and into the San Fernando Valley, not too far from the actual Beverly Hills High, Shannon Doherty began her rise to stardom. And the friends Shannon grew up with claim that she and her 90210 character are really one and the same.
She hasn't changed too much. Her character is a lot of her put into it.
When I watch her, it's almost as if I'm not watching Brenda. It's as if I'm watching Shannon.
Sometimes I can't believe that it's Shannon on there, you know, but other times I watch and I really admire, you know, what she's accomplished.
And her accomplishments go far and wide. Shannon got into acting at an early age with bit parts on Little House on the Prairie and later on the hit series Our House. But still, she was just one of the girls.
She was just like us. I mean, we were all boy crazy. She was pretty shy, I think, when it came down to it with the guys.
But shy or not, Shannon had her best role, according to Tisha, at Tisha's 14th birthday party. Even at this young age, you can tell Shannon had a knack for the camera.
Tisha! 14! 14! Yeah! All right. Hello. Tell about her. Tisha's going wild.
Now, Tisha is crazy about Steve. She looks at him and she goes,
Oh my gosh, it's Steve!
Now Shannon has gone from talking about boys to co-starring with a couple of hunks of her own. One, her own television flesh and blood.
Well, it's too bad you didn't tell Brenda that before you got her to hop into bed with you.
Thousands of miles away from the City of Angels, way up north in Vancouver, British Columbia, Hollywood hunk Jason Priestley was paving his own way to stardom.
He was so natural on stage. He had absolute no problems with being completely himself and finding the role, going into the role.
On this very stage, Lloyd Burritt coached a young Jason Priestley, who Burritt claims didn't need much coaching.
He always knew what he wanted, and he was very direct and very polite and very kind about it, but he knew what he wanted. That was very evident right from the start.
Jason's English teacher reveals that although he was no Rhodes Scholar, he did possess something unique.
I would say the only thing insight I had into him was his passion for acting, his love of acting, his love of drama. It seemed to consume his whole life.
Is this your way of telling me you slept with her?
And today, students still relish the fact that Jason went to their school and have a sweet spot for their acclaimed alumnus.
I think Jason is very sexy.
I think Jason's good looking.
Jason is hot, hot, hot.
So as TV's hippest high schoolers provide the zip, that's keeping Beverly Hills 90210 afloat with honors. Family and friends watch on in hopes the show will continue to receive high marks.
Now, still ahead, it's not too late to get something special for Christmas.
No, I can't believe I had enough nerve to do it.
The gifts that give a whole new meaning to